Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Jean.
Thank you for coming live with us today. We'll just wait a minute or two and see if anybody pops in while we're hanging out in the sunshine. You in the library in Charlevoix, and me in my living room. So, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. That sunshine.
No kidding. We made it through the storms. I was expecting a big old storm last night, and
No,
it didn't happen. I don't really want it because I'm about 4 or 5 days behind the need to mow my lawn. So, I mean, it's okay if the rain wants to hold out a bit. But all right, well, we're gonna get started. I'm Jean Favor, and a parent liaison with the Great Start Parent Coalition of Charlevoix, Emmett, and Northern Antrim counties. And I'm joined today with Jennifer Fruck from the Charlevoix Library. She is the Youth Services Supervisor, I think is your official title. And Jennifer, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been there, what your background is.
I have. I've been at the library actually about almost 5 years. I started out actually in the department, and then worked in the circulation department, and then I left for a little bit and worked at the health department, and then came back, and now I'm in the youth department. So we're just, where I love being the most, just because I love kids and families. So yeah, that's where I was kind of like my path here, and I used to work at the library downstate where I used to live too. So libraries have kind of just been something that I've always been drawn to recently.
Excellent. Yeah, I remember when you were brand new at the library, and I was so nervous. My kids were little, and the old librarian was leaving. I was like, oh no, she's so great. And then in comes Jennifer with all this energy and ideas and wonderful programming. So it's been so exciting to watch the youth program grow um, underneath your leadership. So we love to see you there when we head out. So we're just like talking a little bit today about what services and programs and things you have going for kiddos, and maybe you could tell us just a little bit about what you have going on for families right now.
We have a lot of things happening right now because summer is coming, and we just came out with our new spring summer newsletter, and we are doing programs mostly outside this summer, just because we found that during the pandemic that was something that we were able to do, and then also we had a lot of feedback that people just loved it. So we're going to continue that. We will still have some indoor programming if there's inclement weather, but always the library offers tons of services for a range of ages, so all ages of humans and of people. So we've got a whole adult department, information services department that has programming as well, and also digital items, physical items. We also just added a library of things.
Ooh, tell me about the Library of Things.
That is like, you can get a croquet set at the library and borrow it, or some tennis rackets, or other than Wi-Fi hotspots, you can get like actual physical things to go play games with. So we have
So
a
that's
metal
amazing.
there. So we've always kind of had things in the youth department, backpacks and puppets and three-dimensional items you can check out that are not necessarily books or movies and DVDs and things. But we've just been adding a lot more to that whole collection overall in adult and youth. So we have
Excellent.
free time every single Thursday through the whole year, except for when we're closed on Thanksgiving Thursday. So you can bank on coming to Storytime every Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. During some seasons of the year we do it outside. So all summer long we try to do it outdoors, and then during the rest of the year we have winter time and such, like rain, things like that, we are inside. So but every Thursday you can bank on coming to Storytime.
So
Sometimes I'm going.
what age is that really geared for?
It's really for ages 0 to 5, so birth to 5. And in the summer, we have a lot more siblings that come that are a little older than 5, which is totally fine because it's also outside where our musical garden is. And we have a lot of different things for those older kids to do if they don't really want to sit and listen to the story, or it's not, totally age appropriate for them as far as interest goes. But we have singing and dancing, and we read a couple stories, and it's really fun. It's always different every week. So join us for that. It's free. You do not have to have a library card to come. You don't have to be a Charlotte Library resident or patron. Anyone can come to Storytime. So So join us. And then we also have different programming that changes seasonally. So this summer we have summer reading happening, and that is where kids get a chart to keep track of their reading time, and then they get a little goodie bag to start out the summer to just get them motivated and excited to keep reading, even though they're not in school. So
That's awesome. So that's separate from, I know like the Charlevoix Library, there's always something exciting going on for kids every season. And they're really proactive in like getting the newsletter out and getting things planned in advance. So I really appreciate getting the newsletter. And we do the book bashes in the winter and stuff like that. So is the summer reading program kind of a new program? Is that something you've been doing for a while?
So it's something we've been doing for a while. It's definitely not always the same. Sometimes there's different incentives. Sometimes there's different ways to keep track of your time. We try to change it up a little bit so that it doesn't get like boring and that every summer it's the same exact thing. So we have different award systems and different tracking methods, but usually there's always been some sort of incentive to come into the library, sign up to read for the summer, and get motivated to keep track of your time a little bit, whether it's how many minutes you read or how many books you read, and then kids get accolades for that along the way for the summer. So
Is that
yeah,
something that you need to have a Charlevoix Library card to do?
good question. So our summer reading program that we offer with the keep track of your reading record kind of program, that part right there, we do require that you are a Charlevoix Library patron, just because we have a lot of people that also travel and are only in Charlevoix for a short bit, and into the program for our patrons locally. So there is usually a summer reading program though in every one of our libraries. So if you're a Petoskey patron or a Blaine City patron, they have their own summer reading too. But that doesn't mean that you can't come to any of our other programs too. So if you're signed up for summer reading at any of our local libraries, you can still come to any of our programs, such as last night we had a bike fixing workshop for kids. So you can come to all that stuff. You don't have to be a patron for any of those, but yes,
So
we're
it sounds like mostly you need to have a library card in order to do the book things, to check things out and access probably the technology or whatever it may be. It looks like we have somebody on today, so we can't see who you are, but if you wanted to drop us a comment, just say hi and good morning. We're glad to have you here. A few people have been popping in and out, so if you're here, you can say hello. We're talking with Jennifer Frick from the Charlevoix Library and just getting filled in on what they're offering this summer, which already sounds like a whole bunch of stuff. Um, Libraries of things and story time every Thursday and summer reading programs. What else do you have going?
We also, if you're not able to make it to some of the programs this summer, we have for our youth department programs, we have yoga happening. It's book yoga for kids. And that is not going to be on Wednesdays. And we have anytime you can come to the library during our open hours. You can join in any participation in our story walk outside. So that's a self-directed path along our sidewalk. And you can read a story that's interactive. There's questions and conversation prompts along the way, and to engage with your kiddos when you read. And then that's all around the grounds of the library. And then we also have our Brothers Playrock Garden playground area, and then we have the Grandma Jerry's Children's Garden, which has our musical instruments that are outdoors all the time out there. And there's a really cool kaleidoscope that you can look through and see the flowers.
Love it.
And fountain out there, so it's just kind of magical spaces outside, I feel like. So
And Celestine is here. Good morning, Celestine. She says, are the services only for Charlevoix residents? She just kind of popped in. So we're talking a little bit about what you can and can't access without a Charlevoix library card. So checking out books and checking out things and doing the book bashes for Charlevoix Public Library residents or patrons. But you can do those things at your own public library. But all the events and things like that, it sounds like, are open to anybody who wants to show up and participate. So story times and the activities that you have going throughout the summer are open to everybody, which is super cool because they're super fun and it's such a beautiful facility. So when we go to see the programs or we go to get our bike fixed or the story time, who are we going to be seeing, you or who else is going to be kind of helping us out in the library?
well, we have different staff work different shifts on different days of the week, so it depends when you come. Sometimes we have people who regularly come the same day every week, so you'll probably see the same staff person. In the youth department, you'll see myself, and you'll also see Laura McDutt. She is our librarian for the teen in the youth department, and she has been doing story time for many years. She's watched some of our Storytime kiddos grow up and go off to high school. So, so she's kind of like our famous local famous Storytime person as far as the kids are concerned. They really look up to her. So she is the one who usually does Storytime on Thursdays, and she also does a lot of teen programming. So this summer she has a rock program where she's gonna take the teens out for and they're gonna go look for rocks and
Nice.
stuff like that. She manages the youth AV DVDs and audiobooks, and then also the teen collection. So then you may see also Jessica Lydell. She's one of our youth assistants, and she helps out with programming and does a lot of our book displays. And she is also an artist, so she has been actually working really hard transforming our whole youth department into the summer reading theme of oceans of possibility. So
Nice.
changes in the youth department, and that is our theme for the summer. And she's been working really hard, just kind of changing that space over to a magical environment. And then also we have Molly Court Hayes. She is one of our youth assistants too, and she is one of our staff people that does the outreach story times at the schools during the summer. So she has visited our preschoolers all school year and done story time monthly for them for those classes. So she does a lot of outreach and things like that. So.
Excellent. Yeah. Every time we go in, there's a really friendly face, and yeah, you get to know the same person, especially if you go to story time every Thursday. I know Miss Laura really got to know my kids as they were little and as they grow up, so that's pretty fun to see her still being there and still rocking story time. She's almost like a celebrity with her story times, I think. We just loved it so much. She's so friendly and just, she learns all the kids' names. It's just such a welcoming place to go, and yeah, I recommend anybody definitely doing the story time. I was looking at the newsletter, and it looks like they're doing story times at the farm markets a couple times this summer. Is that like in place of the regular Thursday story times?
Yeah, so we are going to visit the farmers market for story time 3 times this summer. We're going to go once in June, once in July, and once in August, and that's all posted on our website, the dates and times. So basically, you come to the farmers market, enjoy the market, and then at 10:30, we're going to do story time outside in the pavilion there, and then we have a different theme each time that we're coming, so there'll be different activities afterwards too. So it's very laid back, kind of drop in, drop out. You can come just for story time, you can come the whole time and enjoy the activities, shop at the market. So that should be kind of festive and fun. So we will not be having story time on those dates, but that's all posted on our newsletter and on our Facebook page and Twitter. And so all the dates and times for all of our programs this summer are posted online.
Excellent. I just have like my final question. You can fill in whatever you forgot to say or whatever I didn't ask you. But I just think about the life of a librarian and what it's like ordering books and putting up new books and meeting all the kiddos. Like, do you have any favorite like stories or anecdotes from family interactions or anything like that pops to mind when you think about your career so far in Charlevoix?
Well, I guess I would say that maybe not just necessarily stories, but just the motivation and the drive for everything that we do, and like all of our staff here at the library too. Like, we work in the service industry, and we really love helping people. Everybody that I work with, and our patrons love coming to the library because we love serving all of our patrons, and we appreciate the patrons, and we appreciate all of the just love, care, and respect, and kudos that our patrons give us. And we're here for all of you, and that's what keeps us going. And so just sharing the connections with families and the stories that can brighten your day and help you through struggling times. And we'll have parents come in looking for books to help them get through something that they don't have the words for, or they're not sure how to talk about. So even if it's just like your kiddo lost their blankie, we have just really really great stories to just help you get through things that are a really big deal in your kids' life and your kids' moment at that time. And so just sharing the stories and making those connections with families, I think, drives all of us. And we just really care about being here for you. And we love bringing books out to you. If you don't want to come in person services and you're still uncomfortable to come in doors, we bring books out to people. We deliver books to people's houses.
Wow.
So yeah, people want to do curbside services, we offer that. We have lots of digital and online services as well. So some of our patrons just never step foot in the library, but they are always engaging with us online and use digital content. So
It is really a remarkable resource for the community. I mean, I think we could probably talk about all the things that are available for patrons and for community members. We could probably talk about that for quite a while. So all those events you're doing and all the programming and all the support from the staff is amazing. But also the circulation of the books in the children's department. We are not, my family is not a Charlevoix resident, but that's my birthday present every year is to get myself a Charlevoix library card so that we can access those books because it's just, they're amazing and there's new books like every month, I think. And so anybody who hasn't been in the children's department in the Charlevoix Public Library really should check it out. It's beautiful. The staff is friendly. The books are amazing. There's places to kind of hang out. It's just such a welcoming place. So, Jen, if there's anything else you wanted to say before we sign off.
Well, I'll let you know our hours. Our hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can always drop off books if you have books to return. Even if you have books to return at Petoskey or Boyne City, you can even drop off books for other libraries. They're part of our consortium, and the book drop outside 24 hours a day. We do take donations for books, but that's also by appointment during our open hours. So please don't put books for donation in the book drop, but you can also get a card, as you mentioned. If you are not a resident and you'd really like to check out items at the library and you're here for a couple of weeks out of the summer or a month or something, we have options to pay for a card for different distances of time. So you can do it for a month, 3 months, 6. So there's lots of choices. So
I think it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty reasonable for the amount of services and options you have. Caitlin says hello, and she also says you guys are squished on the screen. Interesting, like this way, this. We look normal on my screen, so I don't know. We're just about to sign off, and so thank you, Jen, for coming in and being squished with me, and hopefully you get some extra kiddos this summer and have great success with your programs. And we look forward to stopping at the library and seeing you.
Well, thanks for having me, and come on down and check out what we've got. We have a lot more than what I was able to say. So, and then I'll go to our website. It's www.charlevoixlibrary.org, and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that in there. charlevoixlibrary.org.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Caitlin's going to screenshot so she can show us how smushy we look. So excellent. Thanks for coming, Jen. It's always a pleasure to see you and talk with you. And we'll see you around. Hopefully to story time.
All right. Come on by. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.